Good evening. Welcome to Fluttering in the Spirit Tarot. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. This is a reading for the sign of Capricorn. Please take what fits here and leave the rest. Please subscribe, follow, and like this video. We will go ahead and see what is in your energy today. Spirits, what is the message today for the sign of Capricorn? Okay, so we've got ancestors present heavily. It's always a good thing. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. No man is a failure who has friends. With the Three of Cups coming out in a reverse, this could signify betrayal or disloyalty potentially in a relationship, feeling drained of energy, tension or gossip going on. Spirit, tell me more. I let other people speak into our connection. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull a few love oracles to clarify. These are shuffle. Hope everyone's doing well this afternoon or evening. It's evening. Okay. Spirit, tell me more about ancestors being present heavily. Obsession, infatuation, adoration, or addiction. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. We've got shallow in reverse. And then upright, that would be feeling hollow, empty, or a sense of boredom. Spirit, tell me more about I let other people speak into this connection. Okay, we've got a few. This may have caused some conflict. Then we have a second chance or reconciliation, making amends opportunity in reverse. This may have caused a disruption in a connection or a relationship that you had decided to reconcile and make amends, move forward with an opportunity in the past. But it looks like because other people were speaking into this connection, or that was something that was allowed, it caused conflict, which caused clashing and differences and incompatibility ultimately in this connection. Someone may feel like this was a betrayal or disloyalty, felt like this connection was shallow in the past, lacking depth. And then we have obsession here. Maybe this felt like an obsession, someone kind of infatuated with someone, feeling like they really adored this person, but instead it ended up being a situation of a lot of gossip, and by letting other people speak into the connection, that's definitely a shallow connection in the past. That may be in past energy. With the ancestors present heavily and obsession here, or addiction, that could be why the ancestors stepped up so heavily in the situation, is because they saw where there was disloyalty here. And where this card signifies when in an upright, empty, but in a reversal would be the depth. There may have been a large depth of gossip and disloyalty going on. And because of the depth of it, that's why ancestors showed up heavily in this situation. With the second chance in reverse, just seems like too much water under the bridge. Too much conflict. Ultimately, incompatibility. Okay, we will go ahead and clarify some more. I'm going to use the Adventure Tarot deck by Elizabeth Sue. We will clarify these cards. Go ahead and cut the deck. Spirit, why is ancestors present heavily here for Capricorn? Two of Swords. And the Devil in reverse, which the Devil is Capricorn energy. So we have with the Two of Swords here being in reverse, this is seeing clarity in the situation. With the Devil being in reverse, this speaks of finding freedom from a toxic situation and detaching. Which is why the ancestors stepped in heavily to help bring clarity. regarding what was really happening here to help open up someone's eyes. Regarding this person that they definitely had a lot of admiration, possibly infatuation with. And then we have the Three of Cups. And that's coming out in a reverse. Along with the Shallow card in reverse. Spirit, tell me more. I feel like there was a real depth of gossip and disloyalty here at a very high level. Three of Cups. Which again is disloyalty. You may have felt rejected in the situation, betrayed. Again, drained of energy. This is the Three of Cups twice here. This is why the ancestors stepped in so heavily. Is because there was a lack of boundaries. And they saw someone being really drained of their energy. And the other person just overindulging and not appreciating the way the other person showed up for them. I mean, there was deep adoration to the point of it being at an unhealthy level, it looks like here. And that's why the ancestors stepped on the scene. Then we have conflict and second chance in reverse. Along with I let others people speak into this connection. Spirit, tell me more. Kind of a lot of cards. So we have the Ace of Wands. I'm gonna get the guidebook out just to see. Ace of Wands is excitement. Ten of Cups. And that's what someone's pouring into a relationship or a connection, just being poured right out. So they stepped into it with a lot of excitement. But then as the other person just poured themselves and their love into the situation, the other person just essentially just knocked the cups over upside down and just wasted what that person poured into it. With the Nine of Swords being in reverse, this speaks of fear. They may have done this just in fear. Although they were excited about the connection. Explorer of Wands. Okay, that's the Queen of Wands in reverse. So someone, this would be fire sign potentially, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This does not have to be sun sign, can be anywhere in someone's chart. Who typically with the Queen of Wands, in this deck it speaks of releasing censoring. The Queen of Wands in reverse can also be someone who is quite vindictive. And this does not have to be feminine. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy. Yeah, the Queen of Wands can be vindictive, aggressive, demanding. So you may feel like this person was very demanding and was just wasting the effort, or the other person you were dealing with, if you're on the other end of this, felt this way. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands a bit more. So what is the Ace of Wands? Explorer of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is someone excited about something new. This over here is someone vindictive, taking for granted the love somebody has poured into the situation. And then with the Nine of Swords in reverse, trying to control the situation. Where they were having a lot of anxiety about this other person's excitement. Okay. Just trying to figure out what card I want to pull next. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card here. What will be the outcome of this situation? We have the Sun in reverse, negativity, Three of Swords, pain, Ace of Swords. Spirit-wise, the Sun here in reverse. This is negativity or being pessimistic. This is Leo energy. Spirit-wise, the Sun here in reverse. Three of Wands in reverse. The Three of Wands in a reverse. Delay. Disconnecting from a relationship or a connection due to negativity and pessimistic attitudes. Letting other people speak into a situation. Being disloyal. That's what we see with the Three of Cups in reverse twice. Three of Cups in reverse clarified the Three of Cups in reverse. That's a lot of betrayal, backstabbing. in this case. Spirit, tell me more about the Three of Swords, which is the pain and heartache. Ancestors saw that. That's why they stepped in heavily. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Loss or failure due to the pain. Choosing to step away due to the negativity. Spirit, tell me more about the Ace of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So the Ace of Swords upright. In this deck, clarity. So you began to clearly see. Ten of Wands. When in a reverse is releasing burnout energy. You saw this person was burning you out, causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of pain. Just betraying you left and right, it looks like, with the Three of Cups, clarifying the Three of Cups. There was a lot of disloyalty there. Spirit, what is the advice here? One card. Okay, we have the Emperor in reverse, Aries energy. Someone manipulating a situation is the Emperor, abusing their power in the situation. Seeing a lot of that kind of energy here. Okay, so the Emperor in reverse is a hustling, releasing the hustling attitude, which is basically what you can get out of a situation, not caring how you hurt other people, with the Three of Swords here. The Emperor is all about uncoupling your self-worth from money and often shows up in the low moments when we're feeling like a complete and utter failure. In the startup world, this season of darkness is often referred to as the trough of sorrow. Every entrepreneur goes through it. It's the fail moment when you're suddenly convinced that you've made a terrible mistake, will never succeed, and should, without a doubt, throw in the towel. This may not be the first time you've been in the trough of sorrow, but it can feel just as dark. Most people talk about this period in retrospect when they're back on the top of the roller coaster. But the Emperor is down in the trenches with you, reminding you that we are all familiar with this exceptionally unglamorous side of the journey. And as hard as it might be to believe at the moment, the sun will shine again. In a world obsessed with hustle, porn, and ranking people based on their wealth, it can feel dang near impossible to feel good about yourself if you aren't constantly doing more, earning more, and achieving more. But it's all a lie. You are already perfect and whole and deserving of love just by existing. All right, well, that is the reading today, Capricorn. Please do subscribe, follow, and like this video. Till next time.